Hey, what's up, AFTERBUZZers? We're back breaking down episode 11 of Queen Sugar, All Good. It's all good in the hood. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Hey, Island Girl.
It is, I don't know, it just makes you want to shimmy a little. Oh, it's Queen Bee.
Oh, it's that ring off. That's that ring off.
It's ring off.
Yo, Charley took that ring off.
She did.
But then she put it back on.
I know.
Why'd she put it back on?
Oh, because she's not that smart of a person,
She's not.
apparently.
We're going to talk about that, though.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that. That's Ring Off by Beyonce. Welcome back, guys, to another episode of AFTERBUZZ TV, Queen Sugar. As I said earlier, this is episode 11, and it's your boy, Omari Bailey. You can follow me on Twitter at OnWithOmari and also IG. Hit me up on Snapchat at OmariB, and join with my partner in crime, Mr. Graham. Where can the people find you?
Hello, I'm Ryan Graham. You can find me on Twitter at Ryan with 2 N's, Graham, and on Instagram at Instagram.
Yo, why are they letting me lead this show tonight?
I don't know.
This is about to be crazy.
Gonna
They done
be...
messed up.
Oh my
they don't know what they got themselves
yes,
into.
Who gave you this seat
it's
of
about
power?
to be crazy in here.
Hey, I'm not saying you can get in trouble, but we're watching.
All right. Well, everybody's watching. Everyone's watching.
Everyone's watching.
So yeah, as I said, I'm leading the show tonight because our captain Tiana is not here with us this week, but she will be back next week, so don't worry. So episode 11, great episode.
It was. I really liked it. It was really fun.
Filled with a lot of love.
Yeah, there was
Something
so much
that
love.
You are not a fan of.
You know, I do hate a good love story.
Yeah. There was so much love.
There was a lot of talk of Kiki, but we didn't see her. But
yeah.
I just think young love is it's just I'm happy for him. I really am.
Micah mentioned he was going to walk Kiki to school, and Ryan rolled his eyes immediately.
100%.
Like, why?
I mean, I'm happy that Micah's getting a win. I think I'm happy for Micah that he's getting a win, but young love to me, I'm just like, that's not real. Love is a lie. Love is dead. Don't do it. Don't fall into that trap.
Speaking of young and Micah, this little kid needs to get his ass beat.
100%.
That disrespect he was showing his mother is unacceptable.
Well,
and that doesn't happen in like normal black households. This is like a light skin problem. Because if I would have ever gave my mother the silent treatment, it would have been a smack across the mouth, a little pat on the back.
A little pat? No, yeah.
I'm just trying to like be nice because I don't want like the social services rolling up on there. I mean, I'm 20.
Child services coming after you.
Now, but yeah. So I just didn't like appreciate that.
No, I 100% agree. So Micah walks in and sees her kissing Remy, which I'm like, his mom she doesn't deserve happiness. What is this nonsense? So he was way over dramatic about it. And for him to walk in and go, hey, Aunt Vi, and completely ignore his mom, that's like when you know he's such a child.
Telling her about his day, ignoring the fact that his mother is asking questions, like, you just don't do that.
And I'm like,
rude?
Who's paying your
rude?
Who's paying for your bills? Who's paying for you to go to this private school? Like, get out.
$30,000 semester.
And you want to treat your mom like crap. Yeah, I was so done with Micah this episode because he was being such a little brat. It was obnoxious.
Yeah, that's that light skin privilege right there.
It is. Because my mom, I don't even know. No, my mom, she's watching it. Like, if I would have ever just ignored her, like, no.
Right.
Impossible.
But to give him some, I don't know, credit here, he is going through a tumultuous time with his father being addicted to hooker sex and his mother jumping into a new relationship, like, right off the bat.
Pause.
What?
I don't think his father is addicted to hooker sex. I think his father has had a couple of hookers. There's a difference. I don't think he's addicted to it.
He's having a lot of hooker sex. That's all I know.
I think he just consistently had sex with one hooker. I don't think that there's like a lot of hookers. Can we stop?
What? I mean, she's a hooker. They were having sex.
Okay.
I'm sure there were other hookers involved.
I mean, maybe.
That we don't know about yet.
What I'm saying is that, yes, I understand where Micah's coming from in that his dad is going through a lot of stuff. His mom is going through a lot of stuff. But he is old enough to realize that his dad did his mom way wrong and that Davis was not the best husband to Charley. And so shouldn't Charley have happiness? I think he's old enough to understand that like everything's not about him.
I think she does deserve happiness, but the fact that, I mean, I will give him a point. It is kind of quick. But at the same time, her husband has been cheating on her for what was it, 2 3 years, maybe even longer. So the relationship is dead. The relationship is over. So she deserves to.
I guess I get being 15 and not understanding that because it's like, yes, it may have been like quick in terms of like the grand scheme of life, but I think it wasn't that fast when you think about the fact that I feel like Charley is in a hypersensitive state right now because she's dealing with a lot of stress from her old marriage. She's dealing with this farm, and it's like I feel like she's in such a stressful situation, and having anybody be there is gonna instantly expedite a relationship. So she's in there with Remy. He's there for her. He's a strong, solid male figure. Man. Yeah, he's a good man.
As
and
Nova
so
said, no one's going to fault her for wanting a good man.
Right. And so I feel like this was like, I don't feel like it was that fast. I think when you put it into the context of she's going through so much and she's in this hyper stressful situation, I think she is going at the right pace. I don't know. I feel like when you're emotionally vulnerable and someone's there for you, it's easy.
I mean, when you take the ring off.
Yeah. Well, took the ring off and then put it back on because she was all for show. That's what I was wondering. Do you think it's so? It is. You think it's all for show?
Yeah. So she puts the ring back on to go to the Gardini Prep fundraiser,
right?
And her name on the program is Charlotte West,
right?
So everyone knows her as Davis West's wife. So she's got to keep up appearances. She doesn't want to have to answer a lot of questions. But speaking of questions she has to answer, she runs into Frank Rover, who's the owner of the Stingers, a basketball team. And she goes into business mode.
Right.
I have to give Charley credit. She's a cold-ass businesswoman.
I was like, loved it. That line, he was like, oh, I thought you would have been in. She goes, I am the CEO of a business called Davis West. I'm like, well, all right, Charley.
About my coin. She's about her
she
coin.
Did. I do. That's what I say. I think that she put it back on, but I agree. I don't think it was because she is attached to Davis. Yeah. But I think she realizes that her being attached to Davis makes her more valuable. And yeah, she's just smart. And so I don't think that she actually wants to be attached to him, but she understands that having him attached to her does give her a certain privilege that she wouldn't have otherwise.
I'm curious though how her getting into this relationship with Remy will affect Micah's opinion of Remy, because I know a lot of times with kids of divorce, whenever they bring in a new spouse or new partner into the household or into their lives, there's a lot of resentment.
100%. I remember when my stepdad came around. Oh, I did not like him. Just for no reason. No, I did. I know we're getting personal. No, but like just for no reason. I think it was just because I was an angsty teenager. Yeah. But like now, when that happened? 13. So I was Micah. This is actually hit really close to home. But I guess looking back, now that I'm older, I can look back and be like, literally, I was just being a jerk. And I feel like Micah's being the same way. Like it's like literally, you're gonna look back. Is he
still your stepdad?
Yeah, he's still my stepdad. And he's the nicest guy ever. Yeah, like he always has been the nicest guy. So like it was just me being a butt. And
how long after their breakup did they start dating?
Oh, yeah, I mean, like my parents got divorced when I was like 2. So like, I mean, it was like after I've always known my dad.
So you're just being an asshole.
Yeah, I was just being a jerk. 100%. I was like, she's my mom. What do you mean? How dare you? She's mine.
I mean, I know kids or not kids. I know grown ass adults that are like in their 20s that
still act that way.
Who still treat their parents' new partners with like disdain.
I think that's so weird. I feel like because like as an adult, I'm like I can look back and go, my mom deserves happiness. Everybody deserves happiness. And so if she or if your dad, your mom, whoever is getting remarried, if they can find happiness with somebody else, who are you to take that away? I feel like they obviously were not happy with your other parent, so why not let them be happy? And I feel like it's very selfish of Micah and of any child to be that way. It's like, come on, like your parents deserve happiness too. They're just people. So
yeah, you're right. But he does come around at the end, thanks to Aunt Nova spitting some real knowledge.
Oh yeah, I love that. I loved when Nova was like, everybody doesn't have a parent who's like, and I'm like, and then you get the shot of Too Sweet, and it's like, your life could be way worse, Micah. Like, let's stop crying.
I mean, if you're out there and you have your parents out there, go give them a hug. Our parents are so underappreciated. Shout out mom and dad.
I'll call them because you won't always have a chance to call your parents. So, dude, I love that this turned into a PSA.
I know, right?
Call your parents. Call your mom.
Love your parents. Appreciate them.
Really. But yeah. And so speaking of Nova, this witch priestess thing she did with Charley
super into that.
to get the
what is hold on, I wrote it down.
What's her name? Ocean. Yeah.
Ocean.
It's Oshun.
Nigerian goddess.
Yeah. So I feel like 2016 is the wokest year ever because everybody is into these African roots things. So Oshun is also who Beyonce channeled when she was in Lemonade. So when she comes out in the yellow dress and we're going off on a tangent here. We are going around the whole. So look up Beyonce Hold Up in the music video.
So it's a theme. That's why you start with Beyonce.
That's what it is. Full circle. Okay. If you think about it, everything really revolves around B. Like, let's be honest.
You ain't never lied, bro.
So in Hold Up, she's in this yellow dress, which is she's channeling Oshun. So when she comes out and all the water's flooding around her, it's because Oshun is a river goddess in Nigeria, and she is the goddess of sexuality and fertility, and Beyonce is a very sexual woman. She's coming into her sexual nature, and so it's her doing that. And so that is who Nova was praying to when she was praying over Charley. And she was putting on an African. I'm telling you, 2016 is woke. Was woke, and then the election. But as I'm saying,
and then everybody was like asleep instead of going to the polls.
That's what happened.
Please listen.
We were too woke. We were way too. We were so woke. We were so woke. We was asleep.
No, we were woke. Like, what is it? 90% of like African Americans voted for Clinton, but let's not turn into that.
At any rate, we have gone. Yeah, but that is what Nova was doing. So she was praying to the Nigerian goddess of Oshun, and so that is her sexuality and her. So she can get in touch with her side, so she can be okay with getting with Remy.
And I liked what she said. She said, "Be free from pain, fear, regret, guilt, heartbreak. Be free." And I feel like we all should just like take that mantra, men and women. We all need to just sort of let go of all the bullshit and the like negativity weighing us down. Just like let it go. Like we are only here on this earth for a short amount of time. You got to take advantage. You got to capitalize. Just be happy. You got that nigga that ain't doing you right. Let him go. You got that girl that's crazy, just chirping in your ear all the time. Where you at? What you doing? Like, it might be time to cut it loose. Just be free. You know?
I mean, yes, but also give love. Like don't be so mean.
Yeah, I'm saying give love. But if you're not getting love, you gotta like Anvi said, like if they take you for granted and don't value the love that you are giving them, you gotta let them go. Cut them loose.
Well. All right, but Anvi also had to understand that she needed to give more love because Hollywood is not in that category of people not giving love. Hollywood is doing nothing but love her, and she recognized that. So it's good to see her
survey your own environment and make the best judgment moving forward. But if there's like negativity weighing down, just let it go. That's all I'm saying.
That is true.
Stay woke, people. All right, speaking of staying woke, let's move on to Ralph and Darla.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about them.
I know how I feel about it.
Oh, okay. Go.
I love it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm all for one. If you can make the home
whole again,
like do it. That's not always saying that that's the best thing for a family, but if it is the best situation and the parents can get back together and reconcile and be healthy and happy for the child, then I'm all for that.
And I agree. I do think that it is great if it is a healthy, happy relationship.
Exactly.
The only thing is that I don't know that they are a healthy relationship. And I think today was the first, and I had not thought that this whole season. I was like, okay, maybe she really is past it. Maybe like this is a thing of the past. But this episode was the first time we really kind of saw, like you had like, I mean, it was me maybe thinking too much into it.
Yeah.
But like, so Blue is getting bullied and she's like, oh, you got to defend yourself. You got to be a bully or not be a bully. You have to fight the bullies, which I'm like, okay, I'm here for like,
fight bullies with violence.
But yeah, I don't think you should fight bullies with violence, but I do think, you got to kind of like stand up for yourself. I get that.
Sometimes you just need to get hit in the mouth, and that'll shut you up, and you won't be like talking trash anymore. Like,
but the thing is that I don't know that. I think today was the first time we saw Darla be a bad influence on Ralph, and not like in an extreme way. It wasn't like she got him to do anything super terrible, but you see he's kind of like getting lured back into this whole like let's be together mode. But when she was handling the Blue situation, she was like fight, and then when she went to the parent-teacher conference, she was the one kind of
aggressive.
Yes, she had a like very aggressive edge to her.
I mean, when it comes to children, like the mama bear just comes out.
And
You're messing with my child. Teach your kid some manners. Tell him to like stop teasing my kid. Like, yeah, he's gonna get punched in the mouth. You can't just go through life. Look what happens when you don't get beat up in school. You become a Trump supporter and you start spouting off crazy stuff, talking about go make me a tortilla and go back across the wall and then build the wall. Like that's what happens if you don't get punched in the mouth. You gotta like.
I think you're making a jump. I think you're making a jump.
I'm reaching here.
You really are.
But like, look at these crazy ass motherfuckers that are just out here.
I think you're making another jump. But okay.
All right. I'm just saying, like,
I'm just
be
saying
respectful.
That I don't know if whether bullying or not bullying leads to being a Trump supporter is.
It does.
It's debatable, but I'm just saying.
Trump supporters are bullies.
Okay. Trump supporters are bullies. You heard it here first. But what I'm saying is that Darla was being aggressive, and then that made Ralph Angel be aggressive. Yeah. And so I think for the first time, you kind of and that's what I'm saying. I agree. It wasn't an extreme thing, but I was like, okay, I kind of see that she does have a bit of a negative effect on you. And so if this is what
her have told her son who was being teased,
I 100% think she should have told
it,
no,
away,
I don't think you should ignore it. I think that there's a way to defend yourself. Like, you can, like, block the bully, like, keep him away from you, like, but you don't have to hurt him. And then B, I think you also need to go report it to the teacher. I think that was the appropriate thing.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I don't know.
You guys, just want to give a quick shout out. Make sure you guys are tweeting us on Twitter at AfterBuzz TV. I'm going to shout out Soul and Substance. He says on Twitter, Ralph Angel and Darla finna have another baby named Indigo.
Why do they have to have a baby named Indigo? Good, okay. So we will see a new baby. Okay, hopefully.
So he's down for Ralph Angel and Darla getting back together.
I'm glad that someone is. I'm not here for it yet. I want to see Darla prove. Like, I agree that she has been a lot better, but I just think today we saw her kind of have a little negative influence. I don't know. I'm just saying there's a little bit there.
I didn't think it was negative.
I did. I'm like, I don't know. It makes me scared.
My parents told me the same thing. I had a bullying situation. My dad was like, well, why don't you go be the...
I'm just saying that is not the best way to handle it.
And my dad's a pastor, so I don't know if that's the best advice.
Good.
But, I mean, you don't want to see your kids getting,
I agree. I 100% agree. I don't have children, but I would agree that I don't want them to get beat up. I'm just saying there are other ways to handle it.
So what do you think of the situation where Darla ran into Miss Raina for the first time?
I was nervous.
I thought it was going to be a little more awkward.
I did too. I thought she was going to be...
I felt like she could tell that maybe... Blue and Miss Raina had like a little bit of chemistry, but she didn't seem to
be phased
or
by
she
it.
Did. She
like
played very nice.
Yeah, so I feel like she played it very nice and very cordial, more cordial than I expected her to be, because I thought she was gonna have not like an attitude, but have a little bit of like, well, I'm his mom. Mm-hmm. It's like reminding Raina that like I'm his, like, don't ever forget that. Yeah, that's what I was. But I felt like Darla was very cordial, very nice about it. And I thought it was cool that she like was kind of like, well, keep me informed too, because I do think that Darla wants to be involved in Blue's life, and I think that that's right. I do think she has the right to. She's changed, and she has the right to be around her son. But did you pick up on Raina being a little bit jealous? Like when
I definitely copped that.
Yeah, when they walked out, she had to look like, dang. Because I still want Ralph and Raina to get back to. I think that they're gonna.
No, actually, I thought you were gonna say something else. Not exactly that.
What were you gonna say?
I thought you were saying that you're being Miss Raina. Like, I still want Ralph Angel.
Oh, I think she does.
Yeah,
I think she still wants it. But I'm saying, I still want them to be a thing.
I'd rather to see Ralph and Darla get back together.
I don't know.
Miss Raina, she can go.
Oh wow. Okay.
She's a nice, lovely woman, lovely lady, but.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying. Part of me is like, oh, I just wish that him and Raina, I think she'd be better for him.
You think she's like?
I do. I think
really
I think that Darla has changed. I think she deserves happiness. I just don't think that her and Ralph are the happiest together. I don't think that they would.
Healthiest or happiest?
No, either. I don't think that they would be best for each other. I don't.
Even at the end when they're slow dancing,
I was like,
moment,
I get it, but I'm just saying,
nice.
some passion does not always mean that you need to be together.
That's true.
There can be a lot of passion in a relationship. It doesn't make it a good one.
You're right about that.
So I don't know. I just don't know.
I thought it was a sweet moment.
It was sweet. It was very sweet.
Speaking of sweet, let's talk about Too Sweet.
Too Sweet is
who
back.
We saw back for the first time and it feels like ages.
I know. I was like, oh, okay. So this character
and
that
we
we're
were talking during the episode, you said you were feeling like you weren't as invested because you haven't seen them in so long.
No, I feel like we always talk. Sorry.
No, that's okay. The point I was making last week, it was how they were trying to build tension by just mentioning him here and there, but you're saying you didn't feel that effect when he came back.
I was like, okay, I get that he's this character that we have learned about and a lot has happened to, but I'm just like, at this point, it's not that I don't care about him, but I'm just like, there's so many other things going on with the family that, to me, Too Sweet at this point, I'm like, okay, I feel bad for this kid, but I would much rather spend time. Let's dive into the other drama that you guys have going on. So to me, I feel like his story is a sidebar that is unnecessary. It's necessary because it's relevant to the times and it makes sense and it gives Nova another dimension. So I get why he's there. But I feel like he's taking on too much of a main part of it that I'm like, I don't care that much about.
I think it's just going to lead to like more for next week and the season's finale, hopefully. Because like you said, I think it is a necessary story to be told, especially for the climate that's going on right now.
I get it. I get the function of Too Sweet. I just feel like I'm not as invested in his story as I am with all the other characters. He just feels like, okay, like, sure, let's throw this kid in.
All right, well,
I don't know. Do you disagree?
No, I mean, I do disagree. I guess kind of
disagree with me. Go for it.
I mean, I'm invested in Too Sweet's story just because I'm invested of the story they're trying to tell on a larger scale. Right. I guess so. As far as police brutality, police corruption, systematic racism, all that stuff. So I feel like it's important to have this character so people can maybe who don't understand, who aren't in the community, who don't see this kind of stuff happen every day. They can see this kid who's faced all this injustice unfairly so. Yeah. And the trauma that it impacts with him, that's what happens to like a lot of young black men. They get like locked up, they get in the system, they get beaten down, and then they turn to like sometimes this life of crime or this life of drugs or this life of mental mental distress,
instability,
instability, exactly. And I think that's just.
And I get that.
You know,
I just part of me wishes that he was not. If that was the story, part of me wishes that he was more connected to more in the show.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the way that they're doing it is like it's a sidebar, and it feels very like a sidebar that either should be more important or should go away. Yeah. That is more so because I agree. I think that the topic is important. I just feel like the way it is being executed right now, I'm like, I feel like I'm not as invested in what that is. Because
and they started off with it really strong.
Yeah, and that's why I was excited about it. I'm like, okay, he is gonna be like this really great side character that is consistently around, but I feel like he's not around enough for me to really be invested.
Well, maybe they'll bring him back.
Yeah, and there's always second season. There's always, there's so much room for him to grow. So
exactly,
maybe it's seeds. It is about growing things.
We still got 2 more episodes.
Yeah, this season. Then we have a whole next season.
Only 2 more episodes.
I know, it's really sad, but hey, we'll see.
Because it was going by like it felt so slow. Like the episodes feel slow in a good way.
Yeah,
but the season's gone by so.
And you're like, what?
Like,
yeah, because so much has happened.
Like I need more. All right, so we mentioned Remy and Charley earlier. They hook up again. They kiss.
They kiss.
Well.
I guess what does hookup mean to you? Because I hookup means so many different things. So many people.
There's different levels.
Are there? Because to me, hookup is like you were doing more than kissing. I
mean, it depends on context. I hooked up with this person last week. Oh, we just made up, and then you could say I hooked up with this person. Oh, we like did it. So
no, but to me, I feel like if anyone tells me to hook up, I'm assuming that
sex.
You, or at least did other things. Like it doesn't have to be the sex exactly, but I feel like you did more than kiss.
It's all context.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, it just depends. Okay. So if someone said if you were telling me you hooked up with someone, I'm like, oh, like what you do, and you
I would like yes, if I will let you know if I ever say I hooked up with someone, like I have done more than make out.
Gotcha.
You didn't have to say you look directly into penetration, like you made
that's what you were making it sound like.
You like made it very pointed at the microphone. Okay,
I'm just saying.
Okay, so
different things, different strokes for different folks. That's all I'm saying.
Back to Charley and Remy. Where there was no penetration, because we also find out that Charley has not had sex with anyone besides her husband Davis. Lies. No, what? I believe her.
Lies females tell.
No, she seems very type A. I believe that she has not had sex.
She seems so uptight. Because she's talking to her sister. If it was anyone else, I'd be like, you are lying.
You think a girl will lie about that?
Yes.
Yes,
I think they would lie about that.
Why? What's the function of lying about it?
She was like, I had boyfriends in high school, but it was never like, why you lie? You ain't got to lie, Craig. You ain't got to lie, Craig. Just tell the truth, Charley.
I don't think that Charley was having sex with anybody.
No, you're right.
She seems way too uptight to be just like, I feel like she's too type A. Nova, on the other hand, was like, oh, wow, really? Like, so we know Nova's had her fun. So.
I mean, the fact that this was her only intimate sexual experience with her husband, I feel like would make her more cautious jumping into another relationship.
I think that's why she freaked. But I think that's why she freaked out so much when Micah caught her with Remy. I think that's why she freaked out, because she was like, "Oh my God, I'm a horrible mom," because she has no other context to what not a relationship, because she's obviously had other relationships, but what being attracted to someone in a sexual way is like. Right. I think that is why it was such a like, oh my God, I'm being terrible, and it's like, no.
That's why Remy's probably good for her, because he's actually like a good, decent man.
He's a good guy.
Take advantage of her
until they find out that they're related, but I'll let it die, guys. I know you all are like over it, but whatever.
And what if it turns out that is
I'm never gonna let. Then I will like never.
She will never have sex again.
Oh my God, no! She'll be ruined. I feel like I would never have sex again. Like that's the end of that. I will be dead.
It's not happening. We're gonna let it go. Okay, so we have Remy, Charley, and Nova and Ralph Angel having a meeting about the farm, which is a big deal.
It is,
because apparently Charley has no access to the joint accounts anymore because her lawyer advises her not to touch the money. So they need to get a farm loan to pay for the trucks to go to a new parish or a new mill to grind the cane.
So all the drama, all the farm drama, and it like so they're devising this plan to get this loan, and like do you think that she's honestly? I feel like she's going to go to the accounts, especially after she put the ring back on to go talk. I feel like she has that in the back of her mind.
That money,
like
you might as well
just use it. And I don't know, but I don't know. I just don't know how I feel about it, because it sucks. Because the Bourdreaux and the Landrys are related, and so they are kind of putting them into a corner, and so they're even threatening them and being like, things might get difficult around here. And I'm like, that can you just go around threatening people like that? I feel like that's gotta be illegal. So like,
I mean, that's
if someone, I knew it was coming. Someone says, "Hater, hi, this is Zhao Miko."
Hating on what?
I don't know who's a hater. I don't know. But thank you for joining us, Jean-Michel. I hope I'm saying that right. I don't know if that's right. But
we got our live chat going on, so if anyone's watching,
yes,
be sure to share your comments. Let us know what you were thinking. He's saying, I think that Davis has a PI following Charley and Remy. That's a theory.
No, yeah, I would have never even thought of that. Holy moly.
No.
You don't think so?
I think that's interesting. Thank you for sharing. No, I don't think he has I mean, why would he have a PI following her? I mean, they are getting divorced. He's the one that was been doing dirt. So
But I don't think he wants to get a divorce. I feel like he definitely wants to still be with them. You know what I mean? Or be with Charley.
But what would having a PI, what benefit would that have?
Oh, valid. But if they're getting a divorce, it benefits him to have a PI follow Remy and Charley, because that way he can say she's the one who's like, I wasn't the only one who was unfaithful. She was. You know what I mean? There are benefits to him having a PI for sure.
I guess so,
because that way he can try to like
business
argue.
Is all up in the street, so it's gonna be hard to find any judge to be like, oh, right, your wife was in the arms of another man after you were with like dozens of hookers.
So like get out. But hey, you never know. But no, so the farm drama is going on, and so we also find out that the Boudreaux and the Landrys have worked their magic to get the loan that they needed to ship the cane denied.
Another thing that goes on, like another instance of like systematic racism, people going underhand to like destroy black businesses, and they say to Mr. Boudreaux.
Yeah. Jacob Boudreaux is his name.
They say to him, they say to Jacob.
His name's Jacob.
I'm having a hard time pronouncing his name. They say to Jacob, "Are you gonna give us a hard time like you gave our father a hard time?" And it really like just frustrates you, because here they are, they own this land, but the Landrys and Jacob's family,
the Boudreaux,
they own all the land around it. They have they have influence with the banks, they have influence with the police, they have influence over the whole town, so it's like kind of hard for them to make any sort of leeway or get ahead in a sense. So it's like what do you do if you're the Borderlands? You know what I mean?
You fight, and that's what it looks like they're trying to do. And like Ralph Angel was getting all riled up, and he was like about to like hit Jacob, and I'm glad Ralph, you really don't need another straight. You have gotten away with so much this season. Like, can we please not have you go back to jail? Yeah, like it's like he's trying. I don't want him to get in trouble, but I don't know. I just don't know how I feel about this whole situation, because I feel like now they're backed into a corner, and they're at the point where they have to tap into that money that Charley has, and like I don't know if that's the best option, because I feel like Davis will use that against her. And so
I mean, it's a joint account, so it's her money as much as his.
I mean,
remember, she's a CEO of the Davis West business.
I know
a lot of the money he has is because of her business dealings, so I feel like she's entitled to that. And I hear your point. It'll cancel the alimony. I get what you're saying. But
that is true
about the PI thing. So I think like she's entitled to reach into those funds if she so feels inclined, and it looks like she's going to have to do that. Also, we learned that the farm is
worth a lot of money.
Worth a lot. Let's see, 300 acres worth 1.5 million, 800 acres worth 4.2. Dang.
Yeah, it's worth a bunch of money. So like, and that's
I see y'all.
So now they know
sugar
that,
cane.
And I think that's why they want the Landrys and the Boudreaux want it back so bad, because they know how lucrative that section of the farm is. Yeah, it's a good soil.
It's some good property.
So they know, and that's why they're trying so hard to get it. But I mean, obviously, I don't think they're gonna get away with it. I just don't. There's no way. I feel like the good guys always come through in TV shows. So.
In TV shows, not reality.
Not in reality. In reality, the Boudreaux and the Landrys would get away.
But we'll see. Also, want to shout out that Sally Richardson Whitfield was the director of this episode. Our guest last week. That's his wife.
Yeah,
so shout out to Sally.
He's Remy, his wife.
Dondre, yes.
Remy's real.
Make sure I said Sally Richardson Whitfield. Yes. I got it. Not Sally Richardson. She's married to you. I got it. So she directed.
She did.
She directed a great episode. Sally Richardson Whitfield. I guess so. We kind of went through.
We didn't talk about Vi though. I feel like Vi had like a little bit of her and the High Yellow diner.
I hope she changes the name.
Yeah,
can you change the name, please? The High Yellow.
You're not a fan of High Yellow?
No, I'm not. I feel like that's a little like
offensive
and just like weird. The High Yellow.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but like, that's okay. They are like the owner he's a light skinned guy, so like I think it makes sense for it to be the High Yellow Cafe.
He's not even that light skinned.
I mean, he's like your color. You're light skinned.
I'm not light skinned. Caramel.
Oh, okay. So, so Vi is now the manager of the High Yellow Cafe.
Making big moves.
It is. It's awesome. Like it's cool.
Good to see her step into her purpose, her passion, I guess, so to say.
Yeah, she's finally like getting into the swing of things. She's like turning the place around, making it nicer. They now have alcohol served on Friday, Saturday nights. They're turning into like a little bit of like a grown folks club.
She said it's gonna be the turn up spot.
Yeah, she did say the turn up spot. I was like, okay, yeah.
Get it.
And she's even coming around to Darla. Darla was there to help out, and so I was like, oh, how like it's cool to see Vi grow and she's like, you know what? Yeah, I'm done with all this negativity, and she's just putting out positive vibes and doing her own thing, and I think that's awesome.
I love how the owner was like, well, what are my church folks gonna think? And she said, well, Jesus turned water into wine. My dad says that all the time. He's like, Jesus turned water into wine. Boop, keep the party going.
And your dad's a pastor.
My dad's a pastor, so.
Good. No.
Exactly.
That's not, I mean.
It's been ordained.
Yes, it has been ordained.
Yes.
But no, we also saw that Vi, she's learning to forgive Hollywood. So it's good to see that they're going to kind of have some type of a future together. I'm excited about that.
Good job, Vi. We're proud of you over here.
I am very
Keep up
proud
the good
of
work. Hopefully it all works out. So, like I was saying, I think we've been through most of the episode. Do you want to maybe get into some predictions?
Always.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV.
I always love the lights. At the light show.
That was cool.
That was cool.
Did you hear me? So yes, predictions for.
Cool, Ryan.
Thank you. I try to be really. That's all I ever want is to be cool.
You don't have to try. Just be.
That's true. 100%.
Just be yourself.
Aw.
And the cool just
flow out of me. I probably not. So whatever.
Probably not.
But you know, it's worth a try.
Exactly.
So predictions. I honestly feel like this whole Davis and Charley situation is gonna get messy with when he comes back, because I feel we see in the preview that she calls Davis back down. And she's like, it's about Micah, but I'm like, I don't know what Micah could possibly be doing to make him want to come down, because like we kind of see him with Kiki, but I'm like, I feel like whatever they're doing can't be that bad, because like Kiki doesn't seem like a bad girl, so I feel like it's her trying to get Davis's attention because she's trying to get him to sign with the Stingers. So she's trying to wheel and deal, but
shady.
I think she's trying to wheel and deal so she can get more money into that account, so she can because now we know that they have to pay for the cane to be shipped and put into a different mill across a couple states. And so now that that's a thing, they obviously are going to need a new deal. And so I definitely think that that's what's going to happen. She's going to try to wheel and deal with Frank, and she needs
I
Davis
thought
to
she
be
was
there.
going to have him come down just to give them her son like a birds and the bees talk and deal with.
No,
that's like too simple.
Yeah, I feel like that's simple. I definitely feel like it's her trying to get that deal through, because they have to come away. Like, not that they don't have money.
Why would she want him to come be closer to them? Why would she want that?
I think Frank is going to demand it, because she's putting up this front that her and Davis, she's like, I'm the CEO of the business. She never is. I think she's trying to keep up this image that although they went through this trouble, they are still a team and they are still working together, and they can't do that if, like, you know, their divorce is messy in public. So I think she needs him down there so she can meet with Frank and get this deal done. So that's what I think. I think that has nothing to do with Micah at all, and everything to do with her trying to get this deal done with the Stingers.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
My prediction is a little bit more grim.
Oh,
for some reason, for some reason, I just feel like the Landrys and the Boudreaux.
God.
I didn't take French in high school. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I feel like
I took several languages.
Every time I see the farm and I think about the Landrys in them, I just see fire.
Oh.
I feel like they're going to burn the cane.
Really?
Yeah.
That's very aggressive.
It's really
but I feel
aggressive.
like it's also very illegal, but okay.
I mean, they run this town. That's what I'm saying. They have so much power and influence. Like the cops, they can't prove anything. So I feel like maybe it's not fire, but I feel like they're going to find a way to destroy the sugar cane and the property.
I didn't think they were going to do that. That's aggressive. Like, I mean, it's possible.
I
but
think they're,
Do you think they had anything to do? I mean, the murder kind of went away. You don't think they had anything to do with the murder?
No, I think that was sort of, they just got murdered. They were robbed.
You really think it was just a meth robbery?
Well, like we were saying when it happened, it was like to the larger point of undocumented workers and this being sort of the new form of slavery type thing. And there's these sort of nameless people who
just
are voiceless people, and they just have like no rights, it sort of seems like, and sort of forgotten about. I think that was sort of the main message of that. So I think the murder is sort of
done.
It's going to subside, but they just want to have that point just to highlight this
point in America
in our society. So I think that the Landrys are going to find some type of way to destroy the crop, and it's just going to be really bad for the Bordelons.
Jeez, that's aggressive. Wow,
I don't want it to happen. I really hope I'm wrong. but that's my prediction.
Yeah, I hope that.
I mean,
that's really
something,
sad.
because the episode ended way too nice and happy. Like, they're just gonna find a way to come and just like
Something's gonna
wreck
rail
it,
us.
wreck
Yeah,
our
we're gonna be
hearts
like, oh great,
next week.
good.
And the finale's probably gonna leave us
Oh,
some.
someone, Zhao Miko says they think that Darla's
gets
going to get
pregnant
pregnant
again?
again. Oh, God, I hope not.
You're the second person that's mentioned that tonight. Little baby Indigo.
Oh, yeah, someone else did say that on Twitter. Wow.
Right.
I'm not.
I don't think that's that far off.
I'm not here for her pregnancy. That sounds not
Ross
good.
Angel's hooking up with like Roberta, so why not?
Where's Roberta? I miss
I
her.
think she
was at the.
she was
I mean,
she
but
was
I
at the
want,
High Yellow at some point.
I want
I'm
her
sure.
to be back. I want her to be
Yeah.
in the show more, but whatever.
Yeah, we love Roberta. She actually came on the show.
Oh,
She was
thank you,
great.
Ninja. It was awesome.
It was great having her.
Ninja plays Roberta.
Yeah.
She's
So
awesome. Thank you, Ninja.
those are our predictions. We want to thank you guys, I guess, again for
Yeah, thank
joining us for another episode of AfterBuzz breaking down Queen Sugar. Where can the people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Ryann with 2 N's Graham and on Instagram at Instagram.
And all you lovely folks can follow me on Twitter and IG at On with Omari. Also hit me up on Snapchat at Omari B. Again, thank you guys so much. We really appreciate your support, and tune back in next week.
See ya.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.